Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am your friendly local neighborhood cowboy Dumbledore. In the last 9.5 years, I've gone by many names on social media, so you may have seen my face before, but my YouTube channel here, is where I'm specifically going to be vlogging about different aspects of my life. If you saw the last video, if you haven't seen the last video, go check it out. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, go check those out as well. But my newer series of videos, starting with the last one, is going to be a description and discussion on the different collections of things I have. The last video was a description and discussion on my knife collection. Today's video is going to be a description and discussion on my collection of felt and straw cowboy hats. I normally wouldn't film in the bathroom, but because this is going to be a long video, I wanted to be somewhere with a lot of good light and a place to keep my phone plugged in and charging. And this bedroom that you see behind me is the room in which the cowboy hats are in. They're actually right on the other side of this wall right here. So I figured I would just put my phone on the stand and plug it in. So first things first, let's get it out of the way. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave any thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns in the comments. As I've always said in my TikTok videos, if you like anything you see and you want a link, all you got to do is get a hold of me, and I will make sure to get you that link. Now, there is a lot of cowboy hats to get through. This is going to be a long video, and I've actually never filmed a YouTube video this way. So we are going to see how this goes. Let's get into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pause between each segment. That way it's not as long. All right, starting with the first hat in my collection here. As you can see, I still have the foam protector on it. I always keep these, especially in the metal racks that I keep them stacked in. I also always keep desiccants inside them to keep the humidity down, because the one thing I've found, at least in my experience, is humidity is killer for a felt hat. But the first two you're going to see in both brown and black are the Bailey Rodic. These are not the first Bailey cowboy hats, or even the first cowboy hats that I've purchased in the last, let's say, 10 years. But these two, the black and the brown, are actually my favorite. But the two after that are also my favorite, and I'm going to explain the differences as to why. So again, this is the Bailey Rodic 3X wool blend. Comes with the Comfort Drylex sweatband. It is not leather, it is fabric. It is pretty cushy. This is my favorite sweatband for a cowboy hat, or any hat, to have, really. I am not a fan of the leather cowboy hats. Now this hat was somewhere around $150, $160, but you can always find or get coupons from Bailey. I wish they would sponsor me, but they don't do that. But this is one of my favorites, simply because of the color of the hat itself and the band, as well as the shape and the comfort level, obviously. So let me throw this on. I normally only wear this with brown jeans, but I'm going to show it to y'all even with these jeans, so you can see how it does in fact fit. Now keep in mind, I've got a big fat head. This is a size 7.5. I am wearing a headband with my lot of hair, but normally I wouldn't bother with the headband. I just don't feel like continuing to have to push it out of my face. Also, let me turn on the fan. There is going to be some fan noise, because I am going to get sweaty just from talking, and I'm also wearing thermal compression pants because I had to go out and run an errand. But anyways, this is the Bailey Rodic. Now it's fitting a little tighter because of the headband, but this is one of my most comfortable. This is my most comfortable hat. This is my favorite hat, which is why I take such good care of it, and why I only wear it with one select outfit. But that's pretty much what I do with all of my hats. That's why I have so many. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one back. And I'm gonna come back with the black one. All right, so that's my bad. I accidentally stopped the video rather than restarting from where I had paused. So this is technically gonna be 2 videos spliced together. That's my bad. One thing I wanted to say about this hat before I go to get the black one is that one of the favorite things about this for me is the shape. This is the closest I have found to a Rip Wheeler hat without spending lots of money. So now I'm going to go get the black one. All right, sorry for the longer pause. I don't know why I'm telling you. You won't know the difference. But I am back. This is the black Bailey Rodic 3X. Same as the last one, just black instead of brown. Same foam protector it came with in the box. Use it for the metal racks, which I will show you at the end of this video. Let me just use my little brush here to clean off some of the dust and debris. This is my favorite black hat. Much like the brown Rodic is my favorite brown hat, this is definitely my favorite black hat again. Because of the shape. I don't know what y'all would call this on the website. This is called like a round oval cattleman or whatever. I don't know what you would call this brim. But something about that pulled up, pulled down shape. I mean, obviously not with my hair like this, but something about this shape just speaks to me. It's very outlaw gunslinger, in my opinion. I like it, which is why I bought it. Yes, I did buy it pre-shaped, but as I will maintain till the day I die, I think anyone who spends more than, say, $200 on a hat just to have it reshaped or shaped when you can buy the hat you want already shaped, just wants to be able to say that they spent money on something. They don't actually care about the thing. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this one back up on the rack, and we will move on to the next one. Again, I am not doing these in order of when I bought them, but I'm doing them in order of how I wear them or with which outfit I wear them. This is mainly, almost exclusively, for my all-black outfit because it is black on black. I have only worn this with my black jeans, black boots, black belt, etc., and will continue to maintain that. I would most likely, other than wearing it in my daily life, wear this. This would be something I would save or wear to a wedding or funeral. Now, the next 2 hats I'm going to show you, all of my hats are going to be black and brown. There is one gray that I will show you, but in general, my hats are going to be black and brown. Next up that I'm going to show you is the Bailey Landry, again, in black and brown. Okay, so this is the Bailey Landry. This is a 2X. It's a little softer in the pinch, which I don't necessarily care for. So at some point, I'm hoping to get this hardened, because the last time I tried hat stiffener, I fucked my shit up. I am not going to apologize for my language, because that is the only appropriate way to describe what happened. I ended up having to replace the hat that I used stiffener on. Anyways, one sec. Alright, my phone is already overheating from recording, so I'm just going to get through as many of these as I can, and it'll be what it'll be. Again, this is the Bailey Landry 2X in brown. I believe they actually call this one pecan. Again, same comfort sweatband. Now, as the Rodic is my favorite, but this is also technically tied for my favorite because I also love this shape right here. It's also got that high on the sides, low around the eyes, and I like it. You know, I like, if it's not going to be a wide, flat brim altogether, I want a high and low. I want a big, you know, where it comes to a point. So let me get the black one, and then we'll just keep rolling through these. The Bailey Landrys, by the way, this one, for example, would be worn with my dark blue jeans and a brown belt. And the black one would be worn with this color blue jeans and a black belt. Okay, I'm back with the black Bailey Landry 2X. You will notice I did do a little bit of an outfit change. I don't know if it is residual heat, feeling overheated from having taken a hot shower and had to straighten my beard and all that. Whether it's from going up and down the stairs, whether it's from whatever, but I was feeling really overheated in that moment. So I'm going to give myself a little ventilation while I make this video. Again, this is the black Bailey Landry 2X in 7.5. Now, you'll notice that with this one, for some reason, the black is a little bit wider in its shape than the brown one. But I don't actually mind that as much, because with this one, for example, it gives a great shelf for my sunglasses when I take them off. And it gives it a better look in black. At least with black hats, I either want it to have a serious pinch or almost be flat, if not flat at all. I actually did try a Bailey, it's called the Bailey Nile, N-I-A-L-L, but it wasn't sized properly. Their sizing was different. It was like a small, medium, large, extra large type thing versus actually sized, so I didn't end up keeping it. But it was a black Cattleman flat brim that I would have liked had it fit the way I wanted it to. So again, this is the black Bailey Landry 2X. Second favorite. And then we're going to go ahead and go on to the third. As I said before, this hat normally gets worn with the jeans that you saw me in before I changed due to the overheating. This one's actually probably seen more wear between rain, snow, and weather than any of the rest of my hats, because I've worn this with several outfits. So I'm going to come right back with the Bailey Zippos. There's two. There's a black and a gray. I'm going to start with the gray because it is actually my newest one. And then I will show the black Zippo. And then there will be the two black Bailey Pageants. And then the remaining two hats will be a Bailey Evant or Evant and a Cody James. I don't know what the name of it is. But yeah. All right, this is the Bailey Zippo 2X or 3X. Can never remember. 2X. This is a 2X wool blend. This was actually not even an original color. It was originally only available in black, but they released it in this color. I wish they would have released a brown one, but nevertheless, I snapped this up for my all gray outfit. Well, not all gray, but I had bought a pair of gray Wranglers that this worked out perfectly for. Again, not as firm and stiff in the pinch as I would like, but I like the hat enough because I've actually already gone through two black ones. I'm on my second black one. The first one got messed up, and then it got messed up in the process of trying to be fixed. But regardless, this is the gray concrete Bailey Zippo 2X. As you can see, it is a wide, sort of just with a brief, but it's almost flat, which I like. And this has the same Drylex Comfort sweatband that I enjoy, the same Cattleman crown, and I love this sort of cavalry, I don't know what you else would call this, but this leather, this is like paracord, nylon cord, with leather tails at the end here. So I'm going to put this up, and I'm going to come back with the black, which is actually one of the first Baileys that I bought. It's one of the first 5, I should say. And it is also tied, all of these are my favorite, which is why I own them, But in terms of my black hats, I don't think I can fairly rank. I mean, the Rodic, in terms of my black hats, the Rodic will always come first. But between the Landry and the Zippo, I would say that they're tied for second rather than being second or third. So let me grab the black Landry, Zippo and come back. All right, so you will notice subtle changes from the black to the gray. Now, the hat is basically the same shape. It has the same cord and leather band, but what you will notice is inexplicably, the pinch is harder on the black one than the gray one, which makes this, between the two, more of my favorite, even though I like the other color better, even though I can't find matching gray boots to go with it. But let me show you how this looks. Many of you who've already seen me wearing hats have seen me wear this one at some point. This I generally wear either with those same light blue jeans, or at least the same color shade of light blue jeans as the Bailey Landry, or shorts. If it is warm enough for shorts, but still in felt hat season, which runs Labor Day to Memorial Day. So if before Memorial Day it is warm enough to wear shorts, I'm still going to be wearing a felt hat. And it will depend on what color of shorts I'm wearing to determine what hat I'm wearing. But nevertheless, see, it's a little bit wide. It's flat. It's got the cattleman with the pinch, which is the biggest thing for me, on top of Drylex Comfort Sweatband. So I'm going to put this up. I'm going to grab the brown Pageant, which comes in chocolate. And all of my hats, except the Cody James, are 7.5, which the Cody James is 7 3/8, which inexplicably fits me as well, or roughly the same, as a Bailey 7.5. So let me grab the Pageant. All right, so this is the Bailey Pageant, and it occurs to me that in some of these cuts, it might be cut a little too hard because I started talking before it actually started recording. That's my bad. I'm still new to this YouTube thing, relatively speaking, especially since my last two videos are the first ones that I posted after about a 4-year hiatus. But again, this is the Bailey Pageant. This is a 2X wool blend. This does have the leather sweatband. It's got a very soft pinch, which I'm not fond of, except for the fact that it does give me a good grip. Although sometimes I'm afraid I'm going to put my fingers right through it. I try not to curse, but it's going to happen, and I'm not going to re-record a whole video because it slipped out. So if you're not up for cursing, you're on the wrong channel. But again, Bailey Pageant 2X in chocolate. Comes in chocolate, black, white, and a couple other colors, I believe. This is more of a fancy hat. All of my hats, except for the Cody James, were less than $160. This one might be the most high-priced hat of the Baileys, but don't quote me on that, because even if you looked at the website now, the prices would be different from when I bought this, and I'm not going to go back through my order history to tell y'all exactly what I paid for it. But this is a different kind of crown, and as you can see, it's a tall crown. This one does not really look good on me, in my opinion. This would be more of a either fancy occasion where I want to wear brown, or like if I was going to be doing something where I wanted something to be specifically tight on my head because I was afraid of whatever I was doing would cause my hat to fall off or fly away. I keep this one mostly for the eventuality of me cutting my hair. This fits better when I have less hair. Now you'll notice the black one actually fits better, but nevertheless, by the time I realized I did not care for this tall of a crown, it was too late. I'd already worn it, and I didn't feel like returning it. So I just keep these. At some point I might raffle these off or sell these, but that depends on how well either my TikTok or this YouTube channel here takes off. So if you're interested in a barely used Bailey pageant, I think I may have worn this literally twice since buying it. If this is something you would be interested in, I would gladly raffle it off. Y'all would just have to give me ideas for how to do so, and do so whether here or on TikTok or both. Now I'm gonna go grab the chocolate or the black one so you can see the subtle differences in the way it fits and the way it looks. Then we're gonna move on to the last two felt hats, and then there's going to be a section of this video on straw hats. I might, since this is already gonna be two videos spliced together, I might just start a whole new video for the straw hats, and then just piece all three of them together when I upload it as one video. So give me 1 sec. Now, as you can see, I am doing cuts while I, pause to go take one hat back and get the next one. But as I will always say, my YouTube videos will be as raw and unedited and uncensored as possible, because I am trying to give y'all, I'm not trying to influence anyone. I am not sponsored by anyone. I am not doing marketing for anyone or any company. I am simply giving y'all a glimpse into my life, the things I buy, the things I wear, the things I consume, etc. And between you, me, and the trees, I think people who make their videos professional, while yes, I can understand the argument that professional is better because it's professional, one of the reasons that I don't really follow YouTubers, I follow YouTubers, but one of the reasons that I don't follow influencers is because it all seems like a marketing scheme. And I'm not interested in that. So if you're interested in marketing, or if you're here to be influenced, you're in the wrong place. That being said, let's talk about this first to last Bailey. This is the Bailey Pageant 2X in black. Again, 7.5. This one has been barely worn, but gets a little more wear in my cycle, so to speak, because it does fit a little better. I can't tell you the last time I actually wore it. Probably at least 2 years ago, maybe a year ago. I forget. But as you can see, for some reason, this one does fit a little better. I like the shape. I just don't care for how tall the crown is in the front, for how little of my head actually does get into it. Like I'm actually pushing out the pinch. So I don't know how to describe the difference between this and, say, the Rodic. But like, if this fit more like the Rodic, I would definitely wear it more often. I would probably, if anything, if I do decide to keep the two pageants, which again I'm been considering raffling off or giving away or trying to sell for months on end now. If I do decide to keep them, the first thing I would probably do is have them shaped a little more to be lower. I don't know how to describe it, but I would definitely probably get a wider hat band to eat up some of that length. It feels a little state troopery or county sheriffy. I don't know. It's just it feels awkward on my head. Even though it's not entirely uncomfortable, I keep wanting to shove it down, and that still won't change how much distance there is here. So this is more, I keep the pageants mostly for if I need a hat in a pinch because my other ones are damaged or whatever. If anything, when I'm traveling, I would be more likely to bring this, because if something happens to it at this point, whether it be heat, humidity, or getting crushed or dirty, I just genuinely don't care anymore. So much like the brown one, if this is something that you would be interested in, like I said, it's only been worn maybe 2-3 times, and for a cumulative maybe 6 hours tops. It's never been out in the hot sun. It's never been in the rain, the sleet, the snow. So if this is something you'd be interested in, or interested in me doing a raffle or a giveaway for, let me know. Now I'm going to pause. I'm going to grab the Bailey Evant. and I'm going to talk about it. Then we're going to do the Cody James. Then I'm going to start a new video on the straw hats. And then I will upload them all together as one video. So, one sec. Alright, last of the Baileys. Well, last of the Bailey felt hats. Excuse me. This is the Bailey Evant. This is my shit kicker hat. This is my anytime I'm not wearing one of my nice outfit hats. I have worn this with brown jeans. I have worn this with dark blue jeans. I have worn this with light blue jeans. The only thing I haven't worn this with is black jeans because... but this has gone across the country and back with me at least once. Maybe twice? No, once. This went to Arizona and back with me in 2023 and will make the trip again with me this year because much like the pageants, if something happens to this, I care, but like I don't care. Like if something happens to this, I'm not even going to try to get it fixed. I'm going to donate it to someone who likes messing with hats and just buy myself a new one when I feel like it. But I love this hat, albeit it does have, in spite of the leather band here, I do love this hat. That's one of the reasons why I wear it so much. It's got the nice stiff pinch right here. I mean, it's a little flexible, but it's stiff enough for me to palm, right? It looks good. It's wide. It's basically like a brown Zippo with a different band, in my opinion. It is a little tall here, but I don't mind this with the right outfit. You know, I've probably worn this as much as I've worn my other hats, all cumulatively put together. This is how many times I've worn this. Like I said, this is my shit kicker hat. Like, I don't ride horses, but like if I were going to go ride a horse, I'd wear this one because if it falls off, flies off, gets dirty, gets dusty, I don't care. If it gets stepped on by a horse, I don't care. If I was going to do manual labor outside, when it was cold but like not raining or snowing, I would wear this. Now, for all of my hats, I do have plastic cowboy hat covers that are basically shower caps for your cowboy hats. But at this point, I've worn this thing so many times. If it gets rain or snowed on, I really don't care. So like if I was going to ride a horse, work in a barn, whatever, this is my shit kicker hat. Again, only from Labor Day to Memorial Day, but I would also be lying if I said that I don't wear this all year round. So now let me go grab the black Cody James, whatever the hell it's called, and then we'll move on to the straws. Alright, so this is the black Cody James. I think I've literally only worn this one once or twice. It was super expensive. I want to give a shout out, as I've done online, every time I've talked about this hat. I don't know if he's following, if he's subscribed to my YouTube channel or not, but if any of my subscribers live anywhere near Norman, Oklahoma, go to the Boot Barn in Norman, Oklahoma, and ask for Dakota. He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. I met Dakota at the Boot Barn in Norman, Oklahoma, when I was having my first Bailey Zippo fixed, and for whatever reason, it got messed up even more, couldn't be fixed, had to be replaced, and because he felt so bad about not being able to fix my Zippo and it having gone worse, he replaced it. They did not have many Baileys or Zippo or any Zippos in Boot Barn. He replaced it with a hat that was far more expensive out of his own pocket. This is a $200 plus, $210, $212, $220 hat, which is one of the many reasons why I really haven't worn it. But as you can see, it's got the gold buckle with the red stones. It is a little flashy. This is definitely something I would wear. Now this is going to get, this is going to get worn with one of the newer outfits that I've built, centered around like the Yellowstone TV show and the Yellowstone logo. But this will still be reserved for mostly fancier occasions, whether it be going to a nice restaurant, a date, a funeral, whatever. It does not, like I said earlier when talking about it, this is a 7 3/8, and it does have a leather sweatband, but it actually fits in a way as well as at least the Bailey Pageants. It is a nice snug fit. It does have that same tall stature as the Bailey Pageants. This one is a little narrower. I can't necessarily tell whether it's a front to back or side to side narrow. It feels more front to back. It could afford to be a little stretched, but I'm afraid that if I stretch it, it won't fit when my hair is shorter, which it was when I got this in 2023. So I don't plan on doing anything to it. I will just keep it in reserve for rare occasions when I wear that Yellowstone outfit, or if I have a very fancy, expensive occasion to go to. So I am now going to go ahead and end this segment of the video, and I will move on to the straw hats, which will include one Bailey straw hat. So if y'all aren't bored yet, just know that I love you. Okay, so welcome back. I am starting with this is the Bailey Darren. I actually picked this up at the same boot barn in Norman, Oklahoma, because I wanted a straw hat. It is not my favorite, even though it is a Bailey. It is not my favorite of my straw hats, not because of the color, not because of the shape, but mostly because of the way it fits, and because of the leather band. This is a 7 3/8 with a thick leather band, which I will never be shy about saying I'm not a big fan of. But I don't know if you could tell, even with all of this hair, it's not too big, in the sense that like it could just fall off. It's just too big in the sense that like it's got a little more wiggle than I like. But it is a good summer hat. I do have a pair of shorts that this matches perfectly, and they do make things where I could adjust the wiggle per se. If I were to do anything to it, I would have it pushed just a little farther down, but I've worn this thing many times since getting it in September or October of 2023, and you know, it's a functional hat. It does what I need it to do. It provides shade, it keeps my head cool, and yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back in the box because I keep these in the Boot Barn hat boxes when I'm not wearing them. And then I'm going to grab the next one, which is going to be a black Bullhead brand straw hat. Okay, so I apologize, I misspoke. It is not Bullhead, it is Bullhide. I bought this Bullhide straw hat at Arizona Saddlery in Birmingham, Michigan. It's a decent enough store. Not my favorite Western store, but decent enough. This is the closest thing I could find to a black straw hat in a store. They do sell several brands and styles of black straw hats on Amazon, but every time I've ordered one from Amazon, it has come damaged or dinged or weirdly bent in some way, and I had to send it back. There is a Jason Aldean black straw hat that I'm going to try buying from Amazon, and if that doesn't pan out, there is a store in Arizona that I can get it at. that one of my subscribers, I believe she subscribes to me, one of my friends from TikTok has actually shown me pictures of, and that's how I knew the name of it or whatever to find it on Amazon in the first place. Regardless, I still consider this black, even though it does have tinges of gray and like white. At some point I may get this dyed or painted jet black, but it serves enough for black for me right now. It's got a nice stiff frame, stiff brim, you know, plenty airflow, and it just looks to me like I wish this was at least somewhat blacker. That's what she said, but it works for me. I like it. I've worn it many times already. I got this one spring or summer of 2024 because I am trying to build my collection of straw hats. I did go through a couple straw hats from Bailey that I ended up sending back. But yeah, I mean, this was $80, $90. This is an extra large. It does have a nice felt, or not felt, but not leather sweatband, which really helps. When it comes to straw hats, I generally actually prefer them to have that elastic band inside, but it's at least not leather. So there's that. All right, so let me put this back and grab the next one. Now, there are 2 straw hats downstairs, and there's a couple other straw hats I'm going to talk about when I get downstairs. But before I even do that, I want to also say, in regards to Bailey, above all else, I recommend Bailey both for being made in America, having American customer service, and they have gone out of their way to treat me with the absolute respect and dignity I deserve as a customer and as a customer in my financial bracket. Also, there is a Bailey I can't show you because a couple years ago now I did give it away, and I don't know the name of it. I don't even know if it's available from Bailey. I bought it at a Western store in Tombstone, Arizona. But if you have known me since my first trip to Arizona in 2022, you have seen that hat at least once. I don't know if I've ever posted, I mean, I must have posted pictures or videos of me in it in Tombstone, Arizona, whatever. But yeah, speaking of Tombstone, Arizona, this hat I'm holding right now was actually bought just outside of Tombstone, Arizona in, starts with a G, can't remember the name of it, but it was at a gas station and tourist attraction called The Thing, based on some sci-fi movie. I don't know. I haven't gone in that part of The Thing. But this is a Mox Man straw, extra large. I call this cream and brown. This has the elastic material sweatband, which I like. As you can see, I've garnished it with a feather and a toothpick with the red plastic from a restaurant. Does have the name Mox Man right on the side there. This is my favorite straw hat, and you'll see why. This hat, most of you who know me have seen me in this hat at some point. This is my favorite straw hat, and it should be obvious why. It fits perfectly. It's shaped perfectly. And it's just beautiful, right? Now, this hat was only about $45-50. So it's about middle ground price-wise in regards to the straw hats that I have bought. But this one is definitely my favorite because I could technically wear this with black if I needed to or wanted to. I generally save this for brown or tan or maybe light blue shorts. But you know, it just this would serve any outfit really from Memorial Day to Labor Day, of course, depending on where you live. Now, if I lived somewhere where it was 100 degrees, all year round. I probably never wear felt except for fancy occasions, but that's neither here nor there. Now, let me go ahead and put this back in the box, put the box in my closet, and then you and I are going to go downstairs and look at the 2 straw hats I have down there, and then we're going to talk about a different straw hat. Then I'm going to go ahead and end the video and upload all 3 segments as one video to YouTube. And if you're watching this, well, then you've already seen the notification that I posted it. So, yeah. All right, last segment. I promise, don't give up on me now. The last 2 straw hats I'm going to show you are right in this closet right here. So let's open it together. Ooh, closet space. Kidding. All right, so of the 2 in this closet, both of them are the same brand, and so are the one that I'm going to talk about afterwards. But these are Gold Coast Sunwear. They're basically the same hat, which is funny because you're going to see the difference just 7 years of wear can make on a straw hat. So, as you can see, Gold Coast Sunwear. It's got this nice tan brown color. Again, garnished it with a feather. Not so much elastic band, but definitely material band. Now, I don't wear this one currently, like, in warm weather because I don't want to stretch out the material. I am saving this for when I do cut my hair again. I was flat bald when I bought this, and it is stretched perfectly to a bald head circumference. So this has sat since I cut my hair July 4th. This, by the way, for anyone curious, is untouched, uncut hair since July 4th, 2022. July 4th, 2022, I shaved all my hair off and haven't done anything but wash it since. So, again, I keep this just like this, just up there, for when I do eventually cut my hair off again. Now, I'm not going to cut the video since the other one is right here, but... Okay. Almost got attacked. Not really, but close enough. All right, so as you can see, Gold Coast Sunwear, same material band. This may have had some elasticity at some point. It certainly doesn't now. It might be a little different band-wise, but you can tell it's basically the same hat. I bought these from Love's Travel Stops. This one was bought in Santa Rosa, New Mexico. I can't remember where I bought that one. It also might have been Santa Rosa, New Mexico. Could have been anywhere. No, I believe that one was in Tanakawa, Oklahoma. I did post a TikTok about it when I bought... It must have been Tanakawa, Oklahoma, because I posted a video because I bought 2. I bought this one that's up in here, and I bought a white stiff canvas one that is now currently in the possession of my best friend in Arizona. I gave that to him either in 2022 before I left Arizona or 2023 when I went back to Arizona. Either way, I don't have it, but that was also a Gold Coast Sunwear bought from Love's, Tanakawa, Oklahoma. Anyways, to show you what I mean by saving that from getting stretched out, I bought this hat August 9th or 10th, maybe the 8th, 2015. So it has been almost 9.5 years. Even with my head having grown, my hair having grown, this hat is now ginormous because it has been stretched out and worn so many times. This thing has gone with me to Arizona, California, Vegas, Area 51, all the way back across the country and forth multiple times. At this point, I could give it away, I could toss it, but it's more sentimental because this is the first cowboy hat I bought as an adult, even if it's straw. Oh, you know what? I do have another straw one I can show you. It's not technically a cowboy hat, but it's still a straw hat, so I'm going to show it to you. It's just in my car, which means I'll have to pause the video to go get it. You don't care. But this, I don't think I could ever get rid of this, and I don't think I could ever do anything to it to make it fit. This is just more sort of decor at this point. Now, it does sit in a closed closet, but at some point I will find a way to put this somewhere now that I'm talking about it. But if you're ever to Love's Travel Stop, pick up a Gold Coast Sunwear cowboy hat. I love them. All right, so let me pause this, go grab the one out of my car. We'll talk about it, and then I'll end the video. Okay, so this is a Levi's, I call it my Gandalf hat because it reminds me of Gandalf's hat from The Lord of the Rings. You'd probably use it for fishing, lifeguarding, whatever. Most people use the chin thing. I don't. But I've had this hat for, I couldn't even tell you now, probably close to 8 years. 7 maybe. I've worn this thing across the country and back. This thing used to sit in the back of my car, which helped it stay flat. If I had it shaped, it would look a little more yeehaw, but I generally just keep it this because sometimes I want that extra flatness for shade. But again, I know it's not technically a cowboy hat, but it does have the cattleman crease. So, and you know, you could wear this when doing westerny things if you really wanted to. But I think with the hair and the beard, if I was doing my whole Gandalf thing, you know, I don't know if y'all have ever seen the video with Gandalf, you know, the saxophone music. That's what this gives me the vibes of. So yeah, that is my Western hat collection. Some of you know I do have trucker hats now that say cowboy hat or long live cowboys, and there are many more either flat brim or trucker hats with Western themes that I intend to get. But this is all of my Western specific felt and straw hats. So I'm going to put this one up here while I'm talking. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And at the very bare minimum, in the comments, since the comments are open and free, if y'all could tell me in the comments which of the hats I have shown you today would be your favorite, or which hat, if you were to buy one, you would buy, or which hat you might want the link to. My next video will be on my boot collection. That will probably be a shorter video because there's a lot less details that I'm going to give about those. I'm just going to show them to you and tell you which outfit I'd probably wear them with. Maybe how much they cost if I can remember at the time. And then after that will be my belts and buckles, and I might do that with the boots. It depends on how long the boot video takes to film and upload. Y'all don't really understand, unless you do YouTube, how long it takes a video to actually upload to YouTube. This is actually a lot more work than people think. So yeah, it'll go boots, belts, and buckles together. And then my next video after that will probably be my Funko Pop collection, which is always growing, slowly, but growing. And then after that, who knows? As always, like, comment, subscribe. If you're not following me on other social media, just Google Cowboy Dumbledore. I'm on TikTok. I do technically have Instagram and Facebook, but those are private because I don't really post there, and those are for friends and family. So really the only places you're going to see me are TikTok and YouTube. But as I have said on TikTok a million times, If you all either make, sell, or know someone who makes and sells products that are the exact same as or like the ones you see in a video, and you or they would want me to unbox and review those products on my channel, let me know. Or if you want to donate to an idea, that's a possibility as well. Other than that, as always, thanks for watching.